We need to name that recorder voice. Like, I don't know. I can't, I'm like, where's my names that are coming, usually come to my head that is not working? Gwenda. That is going to be her name. Thank you, Gwenda, for the recording this meeting. Thank you guys for being on. I'm really excited. I know there's several people who wanted to jump on, so they're going to make it. What a treat we have with Sydney this morning. I'm so excited to be able to hear from her and ask her questions. Please, please, please ask questions or put them in the chat. She is a wealth of information, and I want us all to be able to take advantage of having her with us. I wanted to really quickly touch on a couple things to simplify. I know the world is crazy. There's craziness happening in individual lives on our team, and it's so important to remember to keep this really simple. I know we have a lot of different launches and changes and things happening. I was just talking with Amy about that actually. And if any of you are confused about like the preferred customer versus coach account, there's amazing training videos in the Beachbody Champions page. Ask in our team page. Don't sit with that confusion because it won't serve you. But I will say at this point, the best route to go is always sign people up with the challenge pack. And in my opinion, either sign them up as a preferred customer or a coach. It like makes the most sense. And that is going to help you build your teams, help build more emeralds, help build your diamonds and star diamonds. And you just keep it that simple. Do you want a basic or a deluxe challenge pack? Do you want a preferred customer membership or a coach membership? That's it. And this is where you get supported. And the only difference in those challenge packs are your products. You get a much bigger discount if you get the deluxe challenge pack, or you can just start smaller, whatever you want. Let's meet you where you're at. Do you want a 3-day refresh on if you're really wanting to have weight loss goals and you are motivated by seeing results in 3 days? Awesome. Let's throw one of those on. It's pretty much 50% off when you throw it onto your challenge pack. And if we can keep that simplicity, I think everyone it will serve everyone in your businesses. I did want to show you very, very quickly before I turn it over to Sydney on let me share my screen really quick. Oh gosh. First of all, while this is loading, does anyone have questions about that, about preferred customer, coach, that stuff?
Okay, I have a question. I've been kind of out of the loop the past few days, past couple weeks, actually. Is there a fee with the preferred customer account?
So it's waived when they sign up with the challenge pack.
Okay.
When say you have a customer that wants to upgrade to preferred customer, the only fee is their first month's membership. So it's $15.95. And that is their only fee that they have to pay, is that first month. So it's not the coach membership fee, which is $39.95, I think, or whatever, $40. Mm-hmm. It's only at $15.95.
And so monthly it's $15.95, just like the coach account is to have. Okay, so there is that.
There is that, but they get the discount and they don't have to put their social in because so many people get about that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm going to share this with you really quick. This is our back office. If you have not gone, I've posted this so many times in our like threads and on our page. So this is our back office. Go to training here, and please make sure you watch these 3 videos and are familiar with these resources. It's changed. If you haven't noticed, Beachbody changed this, and I absolutely love it because it's so simple. So any new coach that you sign up, send them here. That's their first thing. But specifically, I want you guys to see this sharing tool because it's so pretty. And it says, copy the link right here, link copied, paste that. And this link is specific to your back office, to your coach account. But when you open it, look at how pretty this is. Loading. Look at this gray screen. Isn't it fantastic? Oh, geez. Okay. If you haven't seen this, it is so awesome. And it says, welcome to our virtual wellness club. This is something that's so simple that you can send people, and it's one page that's going to give them their 2 options, the essentials or the deluxe. Which one do you want? And so if people are interested in working with you, especially if you're a new coach, this is something you can send them and it's linked to your back office. Isn't that awesome? Okay, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that. Okay, along those lines, I'm gonna turn it over to Sydney. I had asked her at the end of our one-on-one call that we had, in all of her kabillion of coaches that she's mentored over the years that she talks to, I know that she's seen certain trends in coaches that are exceedingly successful, like the Micah Folsoms, the multiple 15-star diamond ones, and the coaches who struggle at diamond or struggle at diamond, between diamond and 5-star, and keep losing it and then regaining it and losing it. And it's like a constant struggle. And I asked her, what's the difference? What do you see here? So I asked for her to come on and share with us kind of what she sees as best practices for those of us who do have crazy lives, but really do want to be successful in this business. And so without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to you, Sydney.
Yay! Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And hi everyone. I am really excited to be here with you guys today. This is so fun. I love coming to talk to people's teams. It's kind of like I get to see what's going on. Definitely, if you guys have questions at all, put them in the chat, take yourself off mute. Like I would love to kind of make this more of like a mastermind a little bit too, Q&A mastermind, but I'll kind of start off with a little bit about my thoughts. So I've been with Beachbody, and some of you guys know my story a little bit. So if you already know it, sorry, but I kind of like to start with it just so you guys can kind of see, again, kind of my thoughts about the business a little bit and what I've learned. So I've been with Beachbody now for 6 years, which is crazy. Before I came over to Beachbody, I was in the mortgage industry. And yeah, I kind of came over here, got started to talk to all you incredible coaches. And I started getting asked a ton, like about inviting, about how it was scary to invite, about if someone told you no, or you felt uncomfortable, or, you know, I pretty much heard it all very fast too. Like I've heard a lot of just people's self-doubt almost about sharing this business and sharing, you know, a challenge group and stuff like that. And I just thought it was crazy to me because I was like, no, like people need this so much. And here I was in my late 20s. I had 2 little sisters. I had a whole bunch of girlfriends, and not any of us have ever been invited to the coaching opportunity or a challenge group or anything like that. So I kind of took it in my own hands, and I had like my personal Facebook at the time, and I started scrolling through all my friends, and I was like, I have to know a Beachbody coach, right? Because seems like once you kind of know about it, you know a whole bunch of people about it, right? It's like the green car effect type of thing. So I started scrolling through. I found one girl that I was friends with, and so I just reached out to her, and I was like, hey, you know, small world. I work for Beachbody corporate now. I see that, you know, you're a Beachbody coach. I had no idea. I'm like, why did you never invite me to a challenge group or a sneak peek or the coaching opportunity? And I'll never forget what she said, because to this day, it like still really bothers me. And I tell this story all the time, and still, I can still feel it just like really bothered me, because she goes, Sydney, why would I? She goes, I see you posting pictures of you on your boat and you working out. So it doesn't really look like you need a physical transformation. And she goes, and I also know you do pretty well here in the mortgage industry. So she's like, I don't really think you need the income either. So she's like, why would I invite you? And honestly, like I said, it still bothers me so much to this day, because it was like, well, wait a second. Who do you think you are? Almost to this girl, like, wait a second, like, who do you think you are to look at me, my highlight reel, and make a decision for me? Because that's exactly what she did. Because like what my highlight reel is not really who I am. And I don't post a lot of my things. And a couple things I wouldn't post is that, oh, I've struggled with an eating disorder for a really, really, really long time. And it's gotten scary, and it's affected a lot of my relationships, and it's affected my family, and it hasn't been fun at all. And what she also didn't know is that I cried every single day coming home from my mortgage industry job. I absolutely hated it. But again, she looked at me, my highlight reel, made a decision for me. And I just think that right there is our problem with coaches, not having tons of success with their business, is I think we make people's decisions for them. So I kind of do want to turn that around you. This is where my tough love comes out a little bit, and really just ask yourself and look at all you, like, who do you guys think you are? Because I guarantee we're all guilty of it at some point, of scrolling through and being like, no, they would reach out to me if they wanted it, or no, they probably don't need this, or no, they already have a 6-pack, or no, like we're constantly making people's decisions for them. So my biggest challenge for you guys today is to stop doing that. And what I would love to see, this is kind of your call to action of the day, and I'd love to see it, and I would love for you guys to message it to me. I'll put my names and stuff like that. Sydney Mower BB on Insta, Sydney J Mower on Facebook. I'd love for you guys to send it to me, but I would love for you guys to make a list of 10 people. Okay, 10 people today. Take a picture of it, send me the list of 10 people, and I want this list to be specific. The list is, who have you scrolled past? Who have you made a decision for? Maybe it's your aunt, and your aunt's, like, she kind of knows what you do, but you're kind of afraid to invite her because she's your aunt and you have to see her at family parties. I don't care. Okay. I don't care what the excuse is of why you haven't invited them. I honestly don't care. I think that everyone in their life should have the opportunity to be able to say yes or no to this amazing thing that could literally change your life. We're not out there selling candles, people. We're literally selling something that can come in and change somebody's life. We're selling to the moms out there that you go to their Instagram picture and page and it's just all their kids and they're never in a picture. Like, oh, I hate that. Like, that breaks my heart. I want to see the moms. I want to see confident, I want to see confident women, empowered women out there. I want to see people, men too. I want to see people feel good about themselves. I want to see people's lives change. I want to see all of that so much. And it starts with us getting over ourselves to go invite them. Okay, so that's kind of my story a little bit and why I'm like very much passionate about this subject and this conversation. So yeah, Jess asked me kind of, what is the difference? What have I seen? Like I said, I've been with Beachbody for 6 years, and I've worked with some of the best of the best of the best leaders out there. And I think the one thing that sets people apart is the most successful coaches haven't lost the true meaning of what we're here for. We are literally here to give people results. We're literally here, our mission statement, right? Like, we're helping others achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives. Like, if you don't lose focus of the mission statement, the business will be there. It's when we all of a sudden think, it's just bringing people in as fast as possible and don't care if they push play, don't care if they're drinking their Shakeology, but we're like, hey, you have to hurry and hit Success Club, but we don't care about the people. No, we care about the people. And the most successful coaches like Michael Folsom, like Ashley Molstead, like Emily Faber, they really care about the people. So that's number one. Number two, what sets a lot of people aside, like a little bit different, is they made a decision. I've worked with a lot of coaches that are like, I want to hit diamond, but I want to hit 2-star, but I want to do this, but, right? Or I want to make 6 figures, but, like, that's not a decision, right? Like, I want you guys to go 100% all in, make your decision, and make that decision like, I will get up every single morning and work my business, no matter what. Okay, no matter what. So as soon as that mindset happens and that belief is there and stuff like that, you guys can do anything you absolutely want in this business, but that comes first, right? Is you have to make a decision that no ifs, ands, or buts, you're gonna show up, you're gonna rock it, and you're gonna stay consistent. So that kind of brings me to the next part. So making a decision, and then the next part is just to keep it extremely, extremely simple. My favorite thing about Beachbody is we have a ton of trainings out there and so many different ways to do things and so many different ways to show up on Instagram and so many different, national wake up calls with top leaders telling you what to do. I think the hardest thing about Beachbody is we have so many trainings, so many things to listen to, all this stuff to always pay attention to. So we're never like really doing anything. We're just kind of like, oh, now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do this. I'm here to tell you, you guys need to cut it out. Okay. Like you really need to just make sure that you're showing up. And when I say showing up, like I want you guys to pick a program. I want you guys to go all in on that freaking program. I want you guys to go all in on your nutrition. I want you guys to go all in on drinking your Shakeology, on reading your personal development. That's what I want you to keep simple. That's the part of the business that I think a lot of times we kind of put on the back burner because we're worried about other stuff. But I promise you, if the results are there, the business will follow. Okay, so if the results are there, the business will follow. So again, go back to focus on getting people, starting with your own results, okay? Picking a program, doing it consistently, start to finish, nutrition and everything, and then focus on the people and get them to do the same. Our most successful coaches, I believe, started in our challenge groups. They came in, they bleed that Beachbody blue, they're loving it, they're feeling good, and then all of a sudden they have confidence. Then all of a sudden they're inviting, and all of a sudden they don't care if they get told no because they love this so much. So that's what we're here to do, is we're really here to just build people's confidence with themselves. And then, like I said, the business will follow. So stay simple, make the decision, stay consistent. One of my favorite coaches said it the best way. Her name is Danny Detra. I think she actually talked to you guys a couple weeks ago. She says, I will follow up with someone until one of us dies. And it's a little like, whoa, but I like it. Because it's like, that's what I mean about consistency. That's what I mean about following up with people. That's what I mean about having grit a little bit, making that decision for this to work and going all in, is you following up with people until one of us dies, right? It's a little morbid, but it's a great way to say it. Staying consistent, like not only with your journey, but staying consistent on your social media, staying consistent with your invites. You know, I've worked with a lot of coaches, especially recently, I've worked with a lot of coaches who said, Sid, I haven't invited in 6 months. And then we're talking about what's going on with their business and why they're struggling with their business. And it's just getting back to the fundamentals. Then they kind of start inviting again. Then they're kind of starting to, and I'm talking to leaders, like 10-star diamonds, you know, that have just kind of gotten to this place where they all of a sudden maybe thought, oh, maybe I don't need to be as consistent anymore. And then they've seen the ripple effect in their business. So I promise you, at every stage of your business, I don't care if you're a coach, I don't care if you're a superstar diamond coach, you need to stay consistent with it all. Showing up every single day, getting results, sending your invites, posting on social media, all that. You guys know what to do in this business. Again, it's simple, it's a decision, and it's going to do it. So that's kind of what I've seen the difference is. But like I said, I want to make sure that you guys get any questions answered, stuff like that. So I wanted to leave plenty of time. So any thoughts about that? Any questions at all? I want to just make sure I help you guys out as well.
I love that. I thought it was so good. I have a couple questions, but I want to first give you guys opportunity. This is a golden opportunity to ask a question. So unmute yourself if you can. If you guys can turn on your cameras too, we would love to see your faces.
Sydney, I kind of have a question.
Yes.
And this is something that I've asked Jessica about before. And one of the things that I struggle with being consistent and really taking this business to the next level is trying to figure out, I think it intimidates me a little bit having to stay plugged in online, in my stories, in social media, like always and forever, every single day for the rest of my life. For me, that's a little bit like, I really don't want to do that. How have you seen successful coaches kind of handle that so they can take breaks when they need to? So they can, I don't know, like go on vacation where there's somewhere where there's no Wi-Fi, and kind of handle that without tanking their business at the same time?
Great question. I love it. Remember, you guys are the CEOs of your own business. Set some business hours. I don't think there's anything wrong out there with you guys setting business hours. I'm open at this time, I close at this time. One of my favorite people in the network is Daniel Natoni. She does Silent Sundays every single Sunday. She doesn't do anything on social media, but the great thing about it is it's not like she disappears. Everyone knows she does Silent Sundays because she talks about it every single week. Like, tomorrow's Silent Sunday, see you guys on Monday. You know, like, just people love that you respect your time and your family, and when you're on vacation, you're plugging into your family and your vacation and stuff like that. That's okay. 100% it's okay. I just let my people know. These are my hours. These are when I pop in. This is when I go to bed. This is when it's okay. I'm signing off. I'm going to go spend the day with my kids. You guys should do the same. You know, oh, hey, it's Silent Sunday. Like, I recommend you guys should all put your phone down on a Sunday and go spend the time with your family and your friends and unplug and get off social media. So I think it's just being honest and being okay with it, and recommend them to do the same.
I love that. So don't make it weird.
Yeah, don't make it weird. Don't second guess yourself. Like, if you want to take a day off social media, there's nothing wrong with that. I'd just let my people know. Like, and then I would let them know, and then I would always be like, do it with me.
Yeah, I
Let's
love that.
all get back together here on Monday morning for our workout at 8 a.m. Who's joining me?
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Sarah, I think that's something too that's very powerful to teach your oncoming coaches.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm different for me, it's almost therapeutic to share when it's appropriate, like to share, like I just did a live video yesterday about what we just went through with Liam. And for me, that is therapeutic for me to share the process of our insanity. But I know that's not for everyone, you know, and I think this is something that's really important for you to stay true to for you, and know you absolutely can grow a thriving multiple star diamond business with boundaries. Like, that's so important to have those boundaries and to be able, I think that's fantastic advice. Yeah.
And I love it too, because it's like, yeah, like kind of what Jess is saying, like teaching your people and letting them know, like, this is going to be a big part of your life, but also, yeah, set some boundaries, you know, take the time off. Like, we're doing this business. Usually most people come do it to get time back in their life. You know, like, I want to quit my full-time job so I can go to all my kids' things, or I want to do XYZ so I can do this. Like, that's why a lot of people come in this business. And so if you're not doing that part of it, then it's, why are you here? You know, so unplug if you need to unplug, let the people know, and then teach that. I think totally, when new people come on board, like, hey, set your hours, but make sure when you're working Beachbody, you're actually working Beachbody. Mm-hmm. Like, your focus is on, you're moving somewhere, you're doing, you know, God, I can't even think of the word right now.
Power hours?
IPAs.
Yeah.
Income producing action. Yeah. What is it? Income producing what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Income producing.
That's what I meant. Yeah. So doing that, like, you're working Beachbody and you're actually doing something to move your business forward, and not just creating a pick monkey badge.
That's good.
Okay. What else?
While you guys are thinking of your questions, I'm going to ask, what is your best advice for brand new coaches who come in and are intimidated? Maybe they haven't gotten to the place yet where they're like, okay, I want to build a 6-figure business, where they're kind of like intrigued by the opportunity to earn income. And they're like, yeah, okay. Like, I've had people tell me before, which I obviously have helped them work through, but to tell me before, I wouldn't even know where to start. What would be your answer?
Like, you don't know where to start with the business, or like, you don't know where to start with like a goal?
Yeah. As an active coach, like how to coach. And I would just love your fresh perspective for the team on brand new coach. They don't know where to start, but they want to work the business.
Okay. So simple. Do a program, document it, post it on Instagram. Like, come in and do a program. And just, you know, I've seen coaches go from like diamond to superstar coach in 4 months, simply because they came in, went all in on a program, documented their journey, and shared it, and asked people to come do it with them. That's all you really need to do to get started. Do a program, go all in, document it, invite people to come do it with you. Keep it
And
simple.
then I love that. And when they're inviting people, what you just said, going from diamond to superstar, in that as a new coach, with that new coach mindset where you don't know everything yet, but you can do that. How would you invite people to do it with you and then turn around that duplication of helping your new coaches as a new coach do the same thing?
Yeah, so I think inviting is interesting to me because I think we just need to invite people like they're our best friends. Like again, I think we're overthinking a lot of things. Like, what's my script? What's this? What's this? What's this? Chill. Like, let's just invite people like they're our best friends and just say, hey, I'm doing my next round of 645. I'm starting a group. I have a spot available for you if you want to come do this with me. Like, it's so simple. So, and I think that's a good way to just duplicate it too. Invite people like you're your best friends. Start a conversation. Maybe remember that social media is to be social. So I think it's obviously inviting people, but it's connecting with people too, like going to their stories, asking questions, doing comments. If I was a coach, in my stories, every single day I'd have a poll and I'd have a question every single day. Because anyone who answered my poll or anyone who answered my question, I would DM them about the conversation. So for example, like, I always use The Bachelor because I like all the stuff, The Bachelor World and Bachelor in Paradise and all that crap. So like Mondays, I'd be like, who's tuning in to The Bachelor and who's your favorite contestant? Like, yes or no. Anyone who said yes, I'd DM them and be like, how great is this season? Who's your favorite? What's going on? Whatever. Anyone who said no, I'd reach out and be like, I totally get it, girl. I've wasted so much time on this show, but do you have any like shows that you like? Like, just start conversations with them. And then from there, like a week later, you can say, hey, I was just going through my DMs and saw you and just wanted to let you know that I run these awesome challenge groups of just empowering women, getting together and getting fit and pushing play. And it's a great community. I totally have a spot available for you if you want to join. So simple. And how great is that, just inviting from your DMs? Hey, going through my DMs and saw you. Do you want to come join? So I wouldn't overthink it.
Mm-hmm.
I would just send the invite.
Love it. Sarah Lopez, did you have a question?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for your time. Yeah, my question is, right now I have people that I think are interested-ish, and I'm struggling, like when they ask, like, what is the whole coaching thing? What exactly to tell them or to say, like, without making it look too complicated or like lengthy. Do you have any recommendations when it comes to that specific question? Like can you send me some information? Like if somebody's just like, can you send me some information?
Yes. So first off, I would not type anything at this point. I would get on voice message them. Or it could be a time to like maybe create, and Jess probably has something like this too, but like a quick like 3-minute video of you being like, here's what coaching is. Okay. So it's just kind of, so it's not something that you have to do like a lot of work behind every time or come up with this huge script and stuff like that. I kind of start having a process or a system in place for when this happens. Now, when people ask like, okay, give me more information or something like that, I would, again, so simple. I would say what we do is we help people come in and get results. So you would pretty much invite people to come do the next round of 645 with us and start with a total solution pack. And the total solution pack is exactly what you purchased. So it's, I had a coach word it with, how did she say? She said, you're going to help people the exact way, like exactly how I just helped you. You're going to sign people exactly how I just signed you. So if they signed up with the challenge pack, that's all you're going to do is you're going to talk about what you're going to do the program and talk about the program, sign people up exactly how you just signed up. That's pretty much what I'd leave it as. I'd keep it so simple. They don't need to know the compensation plan. They don't need to know Emerald. They don't need to know Diamond. And I would just say, we help as many people as we possibly can every single month. I wouldn't even say, ooh, it's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine was when we're like, all you do is help 3 people every single month. No, bro.
I love
We
your
don't.
accent, David.
We need to help as many people as we possibly can. And when we say just 3 people every single month, like that's such a like a low cap that we're putting on people. Like just 3
What
people.
they, yeah, totally.
Like that's not expectations. Like I would kind of try to figure out, you know, get them some goals. Like maybe they want to take their family to Disneyland by the end of the year. I'd say, okay, well, in order to do that, you have to help a minimum of 5 people, but help as many people as you possibly can, but a minimum of 5. We need to kind of set some better expectations, I think, as well, and not just do 3 people. Kind of
Love that.
but yeah, I would say just kind of like you come in, you do a program, you get results, you invite people to our awesome challenge groups.
Perfect. Thank you.
How do you do with, oh, go ahead. Did that, Sarah, what'd you say?
I said, keep it simple.
Oh, so simple. Yes. I'm probably kind of boring you guys with my answers because I'm like, they're kind of the same answers, but it really is that simple. Okay, how do you deal with people saying they're interested then disappear? Ooh, I love this one. So I would say like, because obviously they're interested, you probably send them something and then they disappear. Power of the follow-up, and just say, hey, I hope you didn't think that was, what is, I just heard this. It's
Kate said something yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's gold, but she's like, I hope you don't think that, well, I guess it's not weird if you ask them for, if they're interested and you send them all this stuff. Hey, I would just follow up with them again, like it's your best friend. Like, hey, I hope you had a chance to go through that, or if they listen to a video, like, what are your thoughts? Do you have any questions? What can I help you with? I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. So sometimes if you say like, hey, I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time, but I just want to follow up with you. What are your thoughts? Stuff like that. Majority of the time they'll probably write back and be like, oh no, sorry. Yeah, I was just busy with my kids. I'm looking into it or something like that. So I'd kind of start it with, hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. Or if you send an invite and they didn't write you back, like, I hope you didn't think that was weird. I just really wanted to make sure that you knew that I had a spot waiting for you in my challenge group. Great follow-up, great way to talk about it. Like you're talking to your best friend, kind of same thing. And majority of the time they will write you back and just be like, no, I didn't think it was weird at all. Sorry, I got busy. You know, how many times have you guys opened up your phone and saw a text or a message and then your kids were bugging you and so you forgot, right? So don't take it so much as like, oh, they ghosted me, or oh, they saw it and they forgot and they don't want to do this. And again, we're like, our minds are going to be some of the hardest parts in this business to overcome. And that's why I always think like, who do you think you are? Like, it sounds brutal, but who do you think you are, and why do you get to decide that? Or how do you know if they just read it and ghosted you? Like, you don't know. Maybe they got busy. Maybe their kids are bugging them. Maybe their spouse was bugging them. Maybe they were tired. Maybe, you know, they have a job and they weren't able to text back and they forgot. Like, life's busy out there. There's constantly things going. So follow up. Always assume good intent. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So good. So good. I have done that so many times. Like when I'm legitimately interested in something and I ask someone about it, and then the world around me goes nuts and they'll follow up with me even 3 times. And I'm always so thankful that they follow up. And that's what you'll see too, Amy, is people will be so thankful that you continue to follow up. I followed up with people for 2 years sometimes, and they've told me, thank you for not giving up on me. And I think when we don't follow up with people, that's when we seem more like we don't really care. Like we're just trying to sell something. And if it's not an easy sell, then we don't really care. We'll move on. And that's not who we are.
Absolutely. And just know, like, we're not out there selling candles. Like, we're selling something that literally can change people's lives. And we should be following up, and we should be sharing this 24/7, and we should be passionate about it and confident about it, and know what we have literally changes people's lives. So know like what we have, gold in our pockets right now. And especially with everything coming out with body and mixed bites and all that stuff, like, whoa, like, why wouldn't you want to be a part of this?
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions, you guys? I have one more, but I want to make sure you guys get opportunity.
I have one quick question. Speaking of body and mixed bikes, how, with all the things that are coming out, how have you seen any strategies for keeping it simple that you're really liking that other coaches are doing?
Yeah, I think, yes, we have all this stuff coming out. Yes, it's going to be great. Yes, I can't wait. I don't think we need to do much about it right now. I think what we need to do now is, if anything, just connect with more people. I think that's the biggest strategy. Like, if you look at how many people are watching your stories, my goal would be like, okay, before Mixed Bikes comes out, how can I try to double that or increase it by 10% or increase it by 20%? And to do that, you go out and connect with people. You go make friends, you go like, you go comment, you go be interested instead of interesting, right? Like that, use social media as being social, and that's going to gear you up for everything else. But I don't think right now, I don't think you really need to be talking about it or waiting for it. Like I'll get started when Mixed Bikes comes out. Like, no, like this is the time to catch the wave. This is the time to increase your connections, build the relationships. So when we are talking about that in the future, and we do have strategy around marketing Mixed Bikes and all that stuff, I mean, you have a plethora of new eyeballs on your page. So stay with the now.
Okay, my last question, unless anyone else comes up with some more. We have multiple coaches on our team who really do have that vision for building Star Diamond businesses by the end of the year.
Yes.
So I know as far as advice goes for coaches who've never been a Star Diamond coach, never been a 2-star, 5-star, and they're really wanting that, what is your best advice for them between now and the end of the year that they need to focus on?
I mean, you guys are going to hate my answer because it's kind of the same thing, is it, you will be a 1-star or you will be a 2-star by the end of the year. You have your decision made, the grit's there, the hustle's there. You're waking up a little bit early, maybe to do the business or something like that. Like, make that freaking decision. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's going to be part of it. And then it's consistency. It's consistency with your programs, with showing up, with your nutrition. It's consistency with your social media. It's consistency with your inviting. It's consistency with your connecting, like we just talked about. It's all consistency. It's the compound effect. And I've seen it 150 times. You can do anything you want in this business at all if you just do the business. Do the fundamentals of the business. No, I don't think you need to go create a website. No, I don't think you need to create more Pick Monkey badges. No, I think there's a lot of stuff we waste our time on, but go do the business activity tracker. But instead of 5 invites, man, I'd increase it to like 15 a day.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? You got nothing to lose, right? So make a decision, keep it simple, stay consistent. And like I said, do a program, get results, invite to it. There's nothing crazy going on out there. Like, the most successful people have just not lost vision of this, keeping it simple.
How often should they talk about or invite to coaching or host a sneak peek or that kind of stuff?
So I would probably talk about coaching every single day on my stories. I think why not? It's part of your life. I think on social media, it's, yes, you post your sweaty selfies and you maybe post something with nutrition and then you share something with your life. Something with your life is coaching. So I would share it every single day. A sneak peek, I love a good sneak peek. At least once a month, you should host a sneak peek or webinar. I'm sure you guys do it like team-wide and stuff like that. But people make decisions based off emotion. So if someone's interested and message you, goes, hey, send me more information, I would hate to say, hey, in 2.5 weeks, come to my sneak peek to find out what it is. You lost me. I'm bored now. Like, I've moved on to the next. My emotions have changed, right? So have some sort of like a voice message in place, like, or hey, let's get on the phone. I'll tell you more about it. Like, let's get people on a freaking phone call. Great idea. Or film a video of you, like a 3-minute video kind of explaining what it is and be like, I need you on my team. This is going to be so great. We're going to start with you getting results first. So have something in place for that until leading up to your sneak peeks. Like I said, you don't want to have someone wait 2.5 weeks for it, but I think everyone should be running a sneak peek. I would minimum of once a month. Yeah, did that answer your question?
Yeah, no, I think that was great. Have you seen in these newer diamonds stretching to star diamond and taking and making that transition into leadership? Have you seen a difference between coaches who use their team's sneak peek or do their own? Like,
Not really. I do think if you're using your team's sneak peek, I hope you have a part in it. Like people are signing up with you, people aren't signing up with Jess. So if you run a sneak peek, like make sure you share your story or something in it. Like I do like a team one, because I think if I'm not relating to Sarah's story, maybe I'll relate to Jess's story or whatever. So it's kind of like, okay, there is more people out there like me, even if I'm signing up with Sarah. I don't think that matters. So I love coming together. I love showing the team atmosphere and stuff like that in a sneak peek. I think it's great. But if you're not stepping up in the sneak peek and you're just like not on it at all, I think that's a problem too. So maybe it's all sharing it or having a couple versions of a sneak peek, or at least you have a day where you go live in the sneak peek if it's on Facebook or something. Like take some sort of leadership role if you're doing a team-wide sneak peek.
It's good. Yeah. And I think, let me ask you this. Is there a wrong way to do, like, there's so many, like you could do a Zoom webinar, you could do a Facebook group, you could do, is there a wrong way to do it?
Absolutely not. I think one of our biggest problems though is we do it one way and then we're like, we're never gonna do it that way again. That sucked. I only had 2 people show up. Like give time for something to get legs, right? So I always say like, do something, do it for 90 days. Like if you're running a sneak peek on a webinar, that's great. Do it for 90 days and then kind of reassess and then maybe change. But Bonnie Ingle talks all the time about her sneak peeks, and she's like, my first 3 I was by myself, and she's like, I literally spoke to myself on the sneak peek and just practiced. Great, fabulous. Give it 90 days of doing that before you change something and feel like you have to recreate the wheel.
So good. So good. Thank you so much, Sydney. I really appreciate your time. Before we let her go, you guys, do you have anything else? There is no dumb questions. Anything that you've struggled with, anything that you're in your head about, anything that's holding you back, you feel, or that you need to learn to take things next level?
What are some of your favorite PD book recommendations?
I was actually just thinking, I'm like, I should leave them with my favorite PD book. So
Perfect.
I have a lot. One of my top favorites, I've listened to it 100 times, is Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. I think it's so good. I love that. I love anything by Gary Vaynerchuk because I kind of like in your face stuff. I like the 10X rule. That's also by Grant Cardone. I love Mastering Your Mean Girl. That's a good one, I think, especially for women. I can't remember who it's by. It's by I don't remember who it's by, but it's called Mastering Your Mean Girl. Oh, the book that changed my absolute life is The Miracle Morning. By far. Do it. It literally changed my whole freaking life, The Miracle Morning. So I owe everything to that. Yeah, those are some of my top favorites. I'm looking at my Audible.
What about specifically for people feeling super overwhelmed in life and their life circumstances, business? There's a lot of that right now.
The One Thing is really good for it. I think that's by, who's that? The one, oh. Even The Compound Effect, if you haven't read that one, that's a good one.
I think I'm a coach because of The Compound Effect.
Oh, that's a great
one of the things.
The One Thing is by Gary Keller. That's a really good one too. But also, I go back, even if you're overwhelmed and stuff like that, The Miracle Morning. Another part of my Beachbody story is my first 6 months, I was a disaster. So a mess in this, I was figuring out a new career. I was struggling in life. I was doing all this stuff and whoa. I was a hot mess express. And Arno Nakaha, he's the VP over international. He like pulled me aside one day and he's like, girl, what is going on with you? And I was like, I'm quitting. I hate it here. I'm struggling. I gained like 30 pounds working at Beachbody. Like I was a hot mess, Express, my first 6 months. So he actually was the one that he's like, I'm going to make you read The Miracle Morning. And he's like, he gave me the steps. They're called the Savor Steps. And he's like, read the book, but he's like, start these steps tomorrow. And he's like, before you do anything at all, before you like, when you come to the office, before you open up your computer, he's like, you have to come check in with me and tell me you did all these steps.
Wow.
And I did it. God, I did it. And my life was forever changed like 3 weeks in. So if you're in a rut, if you're stuck, if you're kind of just feeling The Miracle Morning. And you can Google the Savor Steps and then read it too, because you don't want to like read the whole book and then start Savor Steps tomorrow. Or if you have any questions about it, definitely message me too, because I love talking about it, but it's changed my life.
That's so good. I love it.
In all of Beachbody, is there a certain coach or trainer that stands out to you and why? Oh, I have a lot. Some of my favorite coaches out there, I think the one thing that they've mastered, and I guess this is the reason why I love them, is how to build relationships. It's not always quantity, it's quality. It's building the relationships with them, understanding people, loving on their team, having a good community, really kind of, they said to me once, they're like, if you were to get remarried today, who in your downline would be in your wedding line? And if you say no one, you're doing this business wrong. And I was like, ooh, that's good, right? So I think what stands out to me with really good leaders is people who can build relationships.
That's so good. So good. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Sydney. I so appreciate it. This was so good. Everyone, I'll get this recording up as soon as it's uploaded. And
yes, thanks for having me. I want to see your list of 10 people. I haven't forgot about it. Send it to me today. I'd love to see it. Screenshot it, message me, Facebook, Instagram, however, and then go invite it and let me know how it goes. But like, get out of your comfort zone, do something different, go invite people to this freaking amazing thing that has changed all our lives and can change so many more. So keep me posted.
Yes, we have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Thank you guys.
Gain. Awesome, you guys. Have a great day. Thank you, Sydney. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye.